Some strong cafe. Dropping no frames. I love to see that. Rogan's acting like he wants to come. You want to come inside the house? You want to come in the house, Bees? You're so cute. Oh, God, the face. Hi, Debbie. Oh, the face on the dog. I've never seen a cuter puppy in my life. Nick Brown, thank you for thinking about me first and foremost. Thank you, brother. I shall smoke for you. Yes, yes. Thinking maybe there might be too much light coming in. Let me see here. Now I do have the ability to bring in my light, but it's behind the TV set in there. I just assume buy another one for in here and leave that one in there. Rogie, do you want to come in the house? You want to come in the house? He's so freaking cute, man. Oh my God. You want me to open the door? It's 88 degrees outside. Brian, hey Brian, you just got home from Florida? Fuck Florida, man. Ain't it good to be home from Florida? Fuck that state. God, I hate Florida. Rogie, you want to come in the house, buddy? Come on in. Good boy. Look what I made for you, buddy. Look, I doubled this up. Look. See this? Yeah, I made that nice and soft for you. Yeah. Yeah, what you got there? What you got over there? What you got, big head? Besides a big head. What you got besides a big head, big head? You got a big head? One of the best pieces of video that exists in human history is when Kyle Gass and Jack Black meet in Pick of Destiny, and Kyle Gass is standing on the boardwalk. You know, it's like on Venice Beach, and he's like playing guitar, and Jack Black walks up and goes, "That's the most awesome thing I've ever heard." And Kyle Gass like, "Hey man, can you just step back a little bit, man? You're chasing my crowd off." Dude, it's one of the best pieces of fucking video. That whole interaction is, hey George, what's up? George Williams says, Georgie. What's up, George? Good to see you back, brother. That scene is hilarious. Dude, it's a great scene. It's one of the best pieces of acting that I've ever seen in my entire life. Not because they're being true to life, you know, they're being over the top, definitely. Kyle Gass is being so over the top and snobby, and he's doing this with his lips. He's doing like this whole shit lips thing. It's so fucking funny. It just the whole scene. It's so worth going back for you guys and just watching that scene. I just saw it on YouTube. It's you know, it's like when Jack McCall, whatever Jack Black's character's name is in Pick of Destiny. I can't remember. But oh God, what a great moment in movie history, man. What a great moment. Yeah, that cabinet's always been here. Never moved from that spot. It's always right there. Just kind of cleaned it out and dusted it and made it nicer. You know? So, I want to talk to you guys about class action lawsuits. I'm just kind of wondering, press number 4 in my live stream, if in the last 3 years you've received a little postcard that said you may be involved, you may be a member of a class action, you may be a member of the class that is acting against a corporation, and you may be entitled to some form of compensation. Press number 4 in my live stream if any in the last 3 years you've received a postcard from anybody. I don't care if it's Apple, AT&T, Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo, you know, any big corporation. Have any of you guys received class action notification? Nobody, huh? Tula has. She says it was an email. So I'm really surprised out of 21 people, only 2 people, me and Tula, are the only 2 people to receive class action notifications. Now I get them frequently. You know, they're starting to build up. And I just kind of ignore them. You know, it says if you wish to receive money from this lawsuit, don't do anything. You know, so I don't do anything. And then you know, a check for like, you get a check for like $20 or something at some point. It'll come in the mail. Well, son of a bitch. For what? For any class action, Dice, for anything. For anything. Have you received a notification from any corporation that you might be in the class of a class action lawsuit? That's what I'm asking. Any corporation for any class action. I got one person. I'm shocked, actually. As many as I get. I can't believe Tula and I are the only 2 people out of 21 people to ever receive class action notification. Huh. Okay, well, I guess that ends that conversation. Huh. I got to tell you, I just assumed that since I got them all the time, I figured you guys were getting them all the time too. Hey, thanks, Steven. But ride share driving? Huh. Well, I get them all the time, man. I get a lot of them. And I assume that it was a sign of the times. But since none of you really can jump in and say that you're getting them, it doesn't really back up my anecdotal conversation that I was going to do. Dice, man, that doesn't even make sense. I don't even know what I ask you a simple question and you come back with something that doesn't even make sense. I don't mean to be rude to you, Dice Man, but that it doesn't even. I don't even know what you're trying to say to me right now. I ask a very simple question. Have you received a postcard in the mail in the last 3 years or so from any corporation saying that you're involved in a class for a class action lawsuit? Oh, Chris, you have. Okay. I mean, I have a feeling that you guys get them and you look at them and you just throw them in the garbage. You don't even realize you're getting them. You're like, class action, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what this is. And you throw it in the garbage. Those are companies that have been sued by large groups of people represented by usually a large law firm. They've determined that that corporation has done something illegal and that they're going to pursue legal ramifications, a legal remedy. And the remedy generally is the corporation has to come up with millions of dollars and pay everybody that's in that class, you know, a small percentage of those millions of dollars. It's for you, for the consumer, it adds up to butt kiss. It's fucking nothing. You know, for the corporation, it's a fucking slap on the wrist. For them, it's fucking nothing as well. Yeah, right. There you go, Hash. That's the exact same one I just got. Thank you. Good. Wow. I was starting to get worried here, man. Okay, cool. Thank you. You guys are getting them. Okay. Hash literally got the exact same one that I got. If you purchased or were enrolled in a Blue Cross or Blue Shield health insurance or administrative services, and I was between 2008 and 2020, a $2 and a $2.67 billion settlement may affect you. Think about that. You guys don't even realize this is going on. Blue Cross Blue Shield just got fined $2.6 billion Okay? This is a company that me and Hash and some of you other people out there are paying money to every month for health insurance. If you think that them having to pay out their customers $2.67 billion is going to make your premiums go up, you're a sucker. Okay? They're definitely going to take that out on your ass. Remember that. You know, there's no law that says once a company has to pay compensation to their customers that they can't then go ahead and raise their rates to try to make up for the loss. 2.67 billion is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I don't know what Blue Cross Blue Shield's worth, but I have a feeling that 2.67 billion is going to hurt them. My point is this, guys. The reason why I brought this up. This has become the norm. Nobody goes to prison. Nobody goes to jail. You know, these companies have billions of dollars because our wonderful federal government sets them up with these sweetheart cash deals where these guys are making a fucking killing so that when they do break the law and they do fuck us over, all they have to do is pay the fine, pay you back your little class action lawsuit, and they keep doing what they're doing. Bank of America very famously ripped me and millions of other people off when they started charging us chargeback fees for checks that were bouncing because they would take the most expensive check and put it at the front of the line. They would charge your account not in the order those checks came through, but by the order of price, so that they would clean your account out from the first check, and then all the other checks would result in $35 chargeback fees. Nice, huh? Yeah, Bank of America did that to me, and I complained about it. Somebody fucking started a class action lawsuit. I ended up getting some money out of that. But that's not my point. The money doesn't mean dick. My point is this. We allow these corporations to do this. Nobody goes to jail, so they keep doing it because the federal government keeps making sure they got plenty of money to pay off these fines. It doesn't even hurt them. My point is, this is where corporations are today. Is, okay, so we got to pay out $2.6 billion because we got caught. We got caught lying and cheating. Right? Right, Hash? You got $5 for all the overdraft illegal payment. $5, but yeah, thanks for the $5, right? That shit happened to you too? What's up, Karsten? Karsten says, oh, shut up. Huh, you remind me of another Karsten I used to know. Isn't that funny? He was 1,000 times the man you will ever be. Just so you know, Karsten. He was a real Karsten. He made the, unlike you, it makes it look like whatever the fuck, whatever pussy fuck you are. Your registered address, voting and more. Yeah, Dice Man, I still don't know what you're trying to say. I still don't know what you're trying to say over there. It's like you're not listening to what I'm talking about at all. Yeah, Karsten, you're nobody. You're nothing. You'll never even be a glimmer in Karsten's eye to anybody here in this chat. You're a nobody. All right, so let's do this. Nick Brown was the first. Karsten, can you join the super chat and send some money to Nate? Says Chris P. Thank you, Chris. What's up? What's up? Yo, Just Jay, what's up, brother? You guys ready to do a nice dabby dab? Snowjack Dawson, I'm with you, buddy. We're doing it. 20-second heat up, 20-second cool down. Isn't it funny? Someone who comes up with the name Piss Week on YouTube says I'm a sad person. Your name on YouTube is Piss Week, bro. How funny are you? Yeah, maybe put 3 seconds of fucking thinking on that one. Cheers, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I need air. There's no air to give. It's hot outside. 85 degrees. You did your COVID vaccine in 15 minutes? No, 15 minutes is how long you're supposed to wait. 15 minutes. That's how long they made us wait. 15 minutes. It was great. Saw a whole bunch of people today, man, gathered around for a homeowners association meeting. Nobody's wearing masks. Nobody gives a fuck. It won't be long. We'll be back in it. We'll be back in it. You guys watch. You watch. It's gonna kick back up, man. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. It seems like I am right now, and I hope that's the trend. But how long can you ignore COVID before it comes back? You know, if we just ignore it and we don't act like it's here, isn't it going to come back and bite us all in the ass again? Snowjack Dawson says, "Nope, not getting that shit." Snowjack Dawson, what are you talking about? Not getting what shit? Oh, you're not going to get a vaccine? Well, that's on you, Snowjack Dawson. You strike me as the kind of person who, probably wouldn't get one. That's on you, bro. That's on you and your family and your friends. It's going to go bad because someone is going to say it did or will. Let's hope there's not a new COVID. Thank you, Hash. That shot. Yeah, I know, Snat. I know what you're talking about, Snowjack Dawson. You're one of the people out there that makes it difficult for us to beat this shit. Snowjack Dawson. I mean, do I even have to engage you in conversation right now? Microchipping? Have you seen a COVID vaccine needle, bro? You know you can't even feel the goddamn thing going in. You think they're able to put a microchip in that? I mean, do you seriously believe that, Snowjack Dawson? Because this is what I recommend. And I'm serious about this. If you're being serious with me right now, then what you should do is you should call the local police department wherever you live. You should call them up and say that you're psychotic and that they should come pick you up and lock you up. Okay? Because you're a danger to yourself and you're a danger to society. Okay, Snowjack Dawson? Why don't you go ahead and do that? Let us know how that goes. And I'm not joking. I'm serious. You should call the police on yourself and have yourself committed. You're literally psychotic. I mean, I bet you think you got a big dick too, right? I bet you tell yourself a lot of things that aren't true. Chris says, buy a dog cone collar. It works. Did you all get the Trump vaccine? I got it. I got the Trump vaccine. I got 2 of them. I got 2 of the Trump vaccines. You goddamn right I did. The Moderna. I doubled up on the Moderna, baby. Okay, you coming in the house? Come on in. Come on in. There you go. Who this? Who that? Shut up. You're no good, you. Snowjack Dawson says, wow, you become a straight dickhead these days. What? Bro, I've always called people out on their bullshit. You're a little anti-vaxxer, bullshit. That doesn't make me a dick. It makes you a dick. You understand that? If you're literally going to sit there and try to tell people, I mean, there's legitimate arguments against the vaccine that you could make. But yours is that you're afraid you're getting microchipped by the government. What are they going to use that microchip for? What are they going to use the microchip for? Doesn't your smartphone already have a fucking microchip in it? Dumbass. Nick just called Snowjack a cunt bitch. No, that's not all you said. No, Snowjack, that's not all you said. This is what's funny, and this is what I want everyone to see, what Snowjack's going to say right here. This is how fucking delusional these people are. He literally doesn't realize what he's already said in the chat, that you can go back and read his words. He says, remember when you started this shit, everyone is entitled to how they feel about it. I just said, I'm not going to get it. No, that's not just what you said. You said you didn't want to be microchipped. They're calling you snow taint. Can you, TYP, can you put a magnet to your arm? I want to squash the rumor that it sticks. I love when people show their IQ, then try to defend it. It's getting serious. I don't know how serious it's getting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this kind of stuff needs to be said. It's too bad YouTube has such a problem with people like me speaking truth, about simple things, simple subjects like what we're talking about. But it would seem that most of my audience disagrees with you, Snow. And as I said before, it's up to you. You decide what you want to do with the vaccine. That's your choice. All I'm saying is, don't not get it for something that's not even possible. Something that they don't even have microchips that can fit through a needle that small. That's literally going to track you. Man, if they had a microchip that was that small, don't you think all of our children would already have them? Just so when they get abducted, you'd be able to find your kid? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, pets have them. I don't understand why kids don't have them. I think everyone should have them. I think that's a great idea. I'm not worried about the government knowing where I am. Okay, I'm at Dino's house. Okay, I'm at the store. Okay, I'm in the bathroom. Okay, I'm in my house. Who cares what my location is? Oh, I'm in Orlando. I'm visiting my old friends in Orlando. The government's going to know my location. Why is it the world so bent on your location actually having some sort of intrinsic values, some sort of, it's like the key to your entire existence is wherever the fuck you're located on a GPS device. They can come get me wherever, that's what your home address is. And they can come get you if you got one of these, anywhere you are. They know where you're at. If there's really a reason for someone to be watching you right now. Yeah, I think I got way more of a reason to worry about people watching me than you no-name, nobody ass on fucking generic fucking account on YouTube. Dude. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're thinking that they're going to get a GPS tracking device or some microchip in a goddamn needle into you during a COVID vaccination. I say it's a good idea. I say, especially you should be vaccinated with a goddamn GPS. I want to know where the fuck you are because you're fucking crazy. You're literally a psycho that believes that the government is microchipping people with a goddamn needle the size of a mosquito fucking nose. And I'm telling you, I got the shot twice and I barely felt it. I've literally been in more pain from a mosquito bite. Yeah. $9.99 Canada Place. Valentine and buddies are like the flying monkeys in The Wizard of Oz. Nate can take care of himself. He doesn't need fan blowjobs. No. William Robertson, no. I've literally begged my audience to defend me when somebody like this comes in. And you should defend me too. William Robertson. Yes, I can take care of myself, but I'd take care of myself much better when I see support in the chat. And that shows me that my audience likes that I am kitty bapping somebody. Right? No, it's okay. They're not Valentine and buddies aren't like the flying monkeys in The Wizard of Oz. No, they're their own people, and they do their own thing. You might be surprised at what an individual Billy Valentine actually is. He isn't a follower at all. He just knows good comedy and entertainment when he sees it. He likes to laugh. You know, the other day I turned on Copper Cab. Copper Cab was live. And I laughed. I was sitting here eating dinner, and I laughed, and I laughed, and I participated in the chat, and I laughed, and I laughed, and I laughed. And I assume that's what Billy does when he watches this show. You know, it's... You just spewed your own fan blowjob, right, Billy? Ironic, isn't it? Hey, I ain't refusing blowjobs or nothing. I don't go that way. But I'm just saying, I ain't refusing no blowjobs over here. Hey, look at this. See, how is by mom and how is Cyborg? Yeah, Dice Man, you're not making any sense today at all. I'm sorry. What you're typing in the chat does not make sense. And I don't have the patience with you to try to decipher what you're saying. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation. I will say this. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the conversation we're having. So, let me make my point so someone like Dice Man can understand what I'm trying to say right now. Let me close my chat here. I'll open the chat in just a second. You get it? Fair enough. Well, William Robertson, you can defend me too. I don't mind you defending me. Like I said, hey, I ain't refusing no blowjobs up in here. Hey, look at this. I like that you said I can defend myself. Yes, I can defend myself. I like doing that. At the same time, I love the support at the same time, and I ask for it. But most importantly, the point I'm trying to make is we should do another dab because it's quarter of the hour. Cannabism, tisms for all. What? Oh! They don't even play. They don't even play, man. All that fire right there, that's oil that was in the TI, the titanium. That was inside there that just burned off real quick. 20 seconds. 20-second heat up, 20-second cool down. for the best in flavor. Cheers, guys. Thank you, all of you guys that are sharing this video. Next was Brian Montgomery. Cheers. You keep hitting it after you're, because there's oil inside there. That's the best taste. Woo. You gonna call Chris? Dice Man's calling Chris. So I said what I had to say about the corporations. For the most part. Hard time grabbing this. Here we go. I'm trying to make decisions on where to put things. He at least uses logic to approach an issue, not what the media and conspiracy fruitcakes tell you to believe. You know, I've been watching a lot about what's going on in Palestine and Israel, and listening to a lot of reporting coming out of there. I think there's something that all of you guys need to see. It's really important, man. Hopefully I've got the frames to bring you this. So I'm just going to try and we'll see what happens, okay? I can close this. I was watching Coming to America. Again, still watching it. You know, I haven't finished it yet. I still haven't finished it. Dude, Russell Brand saying the Pentagon and Obama admit UFOs are real. Dude, of course they're unidentified, man. It's a glare in a camera or something, you know, or it's an object like an airplane or whatever. Oh, man. You're so stupid. Russell Brand, you're such a fucking... Why am I smarter than Russell Brand? Why am I smarter than Sagar and Jetty? You know? Why am I smarter than Tucker Carlson? It makes me sad, man. I don't want to be. I want them to know this too. But nobody hears my words. You know? Of course those aren't UFOs. I mean, they're not aliens. Yeah, they're UFOs. They're unidentified, and some of them are flying objects, and some of them are artifacts from telephone cameras, or from aperture settings, or from blurs. You know, a lot of them are, especially the ones that move and defy gravity, that move really fast. What have you ever seen move really fast like that? That's two things. That's number one, I've seen fucking insects. You know, and there's a gnat or something in the screen, and there's a light hitting it or whatever. It can look pretty crazy, and they can fly all kinds of directions and do all kinds of crazy shit. You know what else I've fucking seen? that I couldn't explain at all? It was a goddamn reflection inside the camera, man. And it was moving like crazy, like, oh, look, that thing was fucking so fast. It's defying the laws of physics. Nothing can fly like that. But you know what does fly like that? Taking a camera and just going like that. Wow, it went like that, and then it disappeared into nothing so fast I couldn't even see it. Yeah, what if you did that with a camera? It'd do the same fucking thing. If it was some kind of a blur or reflection. And I'm telling you, it's the easiest way to do this is to get behind a piece of glass, have a flashlight or something reflective that's shining into the glass, and you could do that all fucking day long. Depending on the perspective of what's behind it, you know? You can't even see anything moving in the background. I mean, it's just all of a sudden though, Billy, it's like become all of a sudden this resurgence. All these fucking people are showing how stupid they are. And it's just it's really sad, man. You know, it's really fucking sad that so many people in the media fall for this bullshit. Hey, man, where's the goddamn video I was watching? God bless America. What was that? Okay. See if I find this video. Dude, I fucking found it. It's Abby Martin. Oh my God, Abby, I love you. Dude, I'm in love with Abby Martin. Just so y'all know. Love
On September 12th, an Israeli Knesset party approved a plan to annex all of the occupied territories that would erase Palestine completely. This is considered an extremist solution to a conflict that has spanned decades, and the so-called key to peace in the Middle East. But how do Jewish Israeli citizens feel? Those who are not in the government or living in refugee settlements. Last year, I traveled around the West Bank to release a series for the Empire Files on the plight of Palestinians, featuring their voices and stories. But I also went to speak to average Israelis in the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem. We're here in Zion Square in Jerusalem, which the government has actually declared to rename Tolerance Square. And we're just going to ask everyday Israelis what they think about the situation.
You guys, listen. You have no idea what you're in store for, man. You have to pay attention. Okay, so Abby Martin. Yeah, it's Abby Martin. Abby Martin is going to walk around and she's going to ask Israeli people how they feel about the Palestinians. And you are going to be fucking shocked. Fucking appalled. Wait, I mean, horrified, mortified, disgusted.
You're American. Where are you from and why did you come here?
I'm from New York, and I came here with my family when I was younger, to make Aliyah because it was always my parents' dream to come to Israel because we're religious.
So, are you American?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Why? When did you move here and why?
I moved here 11 years ago. My family moved here because this is the country of the Jewish people and the future of the Jewish people. And
You know, because we want to occupy the land. We move here to occupy the land, so the Palestinians are being forced out. That's why we move here. Of course, we were in America, we had homes, we had a history in the United States, but we decided to move here just to use our bodies as human barricades to barricade Palestinians from the land that they've actually been living on. And these Americans, they're going to move out there, and they're going to move right in there. Nice, huh? Look at how nonchalant they are about it.
we want to be here.
Yeah, we want to be here in the middle of the desert. Yeah, it's great.
How old are you guys?
18.
We're
18 years old. Now we're here in Israel taking a leadership course, and we're going to the army for a few months to see how life's here. And then we hope to bring back some of this knowledge to our youth movements.
So you're like an internship with the army?
It's about 2 months, and they show you everything about the army.
Israel is a great place. It's a nice place.
Megzy,
You should come
cheers.
and visit. I love Israel and I feel safe here.
All that misconceptions are not true. Like, there's not people with knives every day, and there's not people exploding
Palestinians?
Yeah. No, but pretty much the life here is really good. For people living here, it's just normal to see people in the army walking around with guns, and you feel completely safe and protected.
I feel like we know who the threat is, and it's not coming from anyone random, as opposed to in the rest of the world that could be anyone. Here we know who our enemy is, and we know that they are out to get us.
Who is the enemy?
Who's the enemy? That's a very good question. I don't think it's specifically any nation. I think it's the people that
Cheers.
are
Happy
so interested
420.
in being politically correct that they won't actually go after the people that are trying to cover things up.
I think that the Islam is it's a very bad disease, not just for Israel, for all around the world. We can see it. They think they all have to be Islam. If you're not Islam, they will kill you.
A lot of Americans don't really understand what Israel's like. We hear a lot of things in the news. A lot of people are sympathizing with the Palestinian plight. Can you talk about what it's like to kind of live in this situation?
First of all, it's very hard. I'm in an organization. It's called Lahava. It's against the Jews shouldn't marry Arabs.
Did you say the organization did what again?
The organization is the thing of it is that Jews shouldn't marry Arabs.
Shouldn't marry Arabs. Why do you feel strongly about that?
Because Jews is a special nation that God gave it to the Jews, and we don't want Jews to get mixed up together with a different nation.
I think Israelis have to take over, and they have to kick them away. It will be much better not to kill them, just to go back to Arab countries.
You can't deal with these people. There's no need to try. There's no need to talk to them. What we can do is when they do enough harm, we retaliate. That's war, and that's the situation that any Jew who lives in Israel has to deal with.
אוקיי, בסדר בעברית? פשוט מאוד, צריך להיכנס לשטחים, וכל מחבל שעושה פיגוע צריך להרוג אותו, צריך להרוג את המחבלים, ואז הם יפחדו ולא יעשו לנו בעיות, והכל יהיה בסדר. הם יהיו בכפרים שלהם, אנחנו נחיה פה, לא צריך להיות...
Okay, can everybody read? I want you to, this is very important what this guy is speaking Hebrew, and I want you guys to hear to see what he is saying. It's vulgar, and so I'm going to make it full screen here so you guys can see what he's saying.
And that's the situation that any Jew who lives in Israel has to deal with.
על מה? אוקיי, בסדר בעברית? פשוט מאוד, צריך להיכנס לשטחים, וכל מחבל שעושה פיגוע צריך להרוג אותו, צריך להרוג את המחבלים, ואז הם יפחדו ולא יעשו לנו בעיות, והכל יהיה בסדר. הם יהיו בכפרים שלהם.
God bless America. I am so sorry, guys. I couldn't get the window out of the way in time. Here, you'll learn Hebrew by the time this is. You're gonna learn Hebrew by the time this is over.
יש לך משהו להגיד או לא?
על מה? על מה?
גם ככה רביב, מקסימום.
אוקיי, בסדר.
Okay, so he says the Arabs may their name be obliterated. It's very simple. We need to get into the Palestinian territories.
בעברית, פשוט מאוד, צריך להיכנס לשטחים, וכל מחבל
and kill every terrorist who carries out an attack.
שעושה פיגוע צריך להרוג אותו, צריך
We have to kill the terrorists, and then they'd be afraid to cause us any more trouble.
להרוג את המחבלים, ואז הם יפחדו ולא יעשו לנו בעיות.
And all will be fine. They'll be in their villages, we'll be here.
והכל יהיה בסדר. הם יהיו בכפרים שלהם, אנחנו נחיה פה.
And we don't have to live together, and everything will be just fine.
לא צריך להיות ביחד והכל בסדר.
I think also that every Arab that doing a terrorism attack, we have to kill him, and not because he's an Arab, because he's a terrorist. I think you should also kick out the family, because it's all begins with chinuch. I would say
Education.
whatever they teach the kids does. You know, it's families.
I think that we need to.
He's wearing a Sons of Anarchy fucking shirt. I love it. Man, it's just the hypocrisy. It's hilarious. How do you say kick out the Arabs, she says. Laughing.
נו, תגידי לי מילים, אני לא...
אני לא יודעת לתרגם. I don't know how to translate really well.
I think we should give them a country. If you're doing any problem, you just go in there to give them a country, and then it's going to be a war between countries. You know, if they're going to throw rockets, we're going to throw one big one and done.
I don't think there's any answer to it. There's only one way. Like, I would carpet bomb them.
You would carpet bomb them?
It's the only way you could deal with it. Like, or try to stop them a different way. It never worked.
You mean all Arabs or Gaza or?
I believe that they, like, I hope to believe they're not, but I do think they are, because I don't trust them.
He says all Arabs need to be carpet bombed. Is that fucking crazy, man? Dude, this shit is just outrageous. When you see the Democrats, Joe Biden, fucking the Republicans, fucking Donald Trump, all these motherfuckers supporting Israel. These are the people that they claim are all for peace. Oh, they just want peace.
You can't trust them, and that's the only way I believe that. The only way is just to stop it completely.
I think that we're miserable. The Arabs make a פיגועים, and we need to kill Arabs. So.
The Arabs make a terrorist attack, and we need to kill the Arabs. And then she laughs about it. They both laugh about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about this.
All right, cool. Well,
there is also Jewish civilians that hate Arabs. Yeah, I'm not saying, but we have also people that like the Arabs and everything, like Smolanim.
I think another thing that the Jews should have rights to hate them. I think we have the right to hate them.
We have the right to hate them, he says. God, man. I wonder how many people there are in Israel like this that share this mentality. I mean, if this was just like far right wingers, like MAGA motherfuckers talking about people from China, or Antifa or something like that, and it's just Abby Martin doesn't seem to be having a very hard time finding a whole bunch of people with this sentiment, though. Dude, Windows 10 sucks my dick. I'm moving a window. I don't want it to go full screen. Suck my dick. Whoever engineered that can suck my fucking dick.
I don't see a reason why not. I wouldn't trust any of them.
To better understand this mentality, I also talked to Ronnie Barkin, a Jewish Israeli citizen who grew up in the country and is now an ardent critic of the notion of a Jewish state.
Like anyone growing up in Israel, I went through the whole indoctrination mechanism. And we are being trained to be soldiers from kindergarten, literally from kindergarten. The moment I realized I managed to sort of overcome that indoctrination, then everything became very clear because the situation.
Hey man, he's talking our language, everybody. I love it.
It's crystal clear. One of the main successes of Israeli propaganda is to convince the world that the situation is complicated. But it's far from being complicated. It's probably the least complicated conflict in the world today. And it's all about basically those who have the power, those who oppress and subjugate and tread over the indigenous people of the land who have been oppressed and subjugated and expelled from their land. And this is what it's about. The situation here is not very different other than
Thank you,
the way it is perceived in the world and among Israeli society themselves. They like to perceive themselves as being something else, as being, liberal and progressive and all of that. And I also thought of myself as such until I realized that actually this is not the case. The case is very clear, and I'm not on the right side of history. And that's when, the moment I managed to overcome this type of brainwashing, then the rest was very easy. So this was all about creating a place which is for one select group and only that. It's not only the fact that they wanted to take over, to usurp the land and the resources and all of that. It's also about this exclusive nature of the place, that this is ours and only ours. And even any Palestinian being born in Israel, even if they're Israeli citizens, is already regarded as some sort of a threat to the state. Mm-hmm. The need to segregate, the need to separate and not to interact with Palestinians is part of Israeli identity. So we have to understand that Israeli identity depends on denying Palestinian identity and denying either the existence of Palestinians altogether or at the very least denying their identity, their culture, and so on. And also, right after the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, right after the Palestinians were expelled from their homes and became refugees, the very next thing that happened was that there was a concerted effort of mass looting of books and other cultural artifacts from Palestinian homes, which was led by the National Library in Israel. So it's for a reason that when we say existence is resistance for Palestinians, this is true. Just by very existing on their land, this is an act of resistance in itself. Even more so when they actually claim their rights, claim their identity, do cultural work, like produce Palestinian culture, that is an act of war.
After learning a lot in Jewish history and Israel history, I've seen that people make a big deal about a lot of different areas. But if you look back, correct me if I'm wrong, if you look back at the history, the areas, these places are really rightfully ours. If it was any other country that would have conquered these places or taken over these places, nobody would make a big deal. It's just because it's Israel and there's anti-Semitism and everything.
They kicked us about 2,000 years ago, and we came back. We have Jerusalem. We built every stone here. Every stone, 3,000 years ago. Over here,
This all is 3,000 years.
this is the city of David. 2,500 years ago. All history of the Jewish people, and the Islam doesn't have history at all in this country.
I think that they should actually look at a history book and look at the progression of history and who occupied Israel, go further back. So if it could be that the Palestinians occupied Israel, that's true, but who occupied that before that? And if you keep going back to the times of the Bible, you'll see that it was indeed the Jews that did occupy.
And let me just say this about that argument. The people, the Palestinians that are being evicted and kicked out, they go back 2, 3, 4 generations on that land. These Israelis, they have, this was 1947 that the country was established. These Palestinians have way more claim to this land than these Israelis do. They need to learn to live together. That argument is bullshit. They're looking at the fucking Bible and saying the Bible says, really.
Where are the Palestinian people during 4,000 years under the Ottoman? Answer me. Well, I'm not.
Okay, I'll answer this old man. Hey, old man, where were you? Where were you 50 years ago? Where were you 100 years ago? Where were you 150 years ago? Where were you 200 years ago? And I don't mean by you. I mean, where was your mother and your father? Where was your grandmother and your grandfather? Where was your great-grandmother and your great-grandfather? Where's your great-great-grandmother and your great-great-grandfather? I'd like to find out where that man in particular's parents and grandparents and great-grandparents grew up. And I guarantee you, those Palestinians, they've got more right to that land by saying that their ancestors, their parents, their great-grandparents, their great-great... Hey, man, they weren't travelers, man. The Palestinian people weren't travelers. You know, everybody came to Israel in 1947. They want to talk about things from 2,000 years ago. They want to say 2,000 years ago, that's when, hey, well, we were here 2,000 years ago, it's our land. Well, then, by those standards, Americans, myself included, we need to sacrifice all of our land to the indigenous people of this region that we took their land from. Because that wasn't even 2,000 years ago. It was just a couple hundred. So, why don't you look at that? You know, why don't you look at what America did here? Instead of trying to go back 2,000 fucking years to claim that that land is yours. It's not yours.
I'm a journalist here, so I don't...
You know, I would love it if Abby Martin says to this old man right now, so where are you from? Where's your family from?
And how God punished is the sins by other people. He sent the Nazis, and now he sent Palestinians.
Okay.
But it's really rightfully ours if you look at the history and like the wars, and we didn't even start a lot of the wars. We conquered these places rightfully, like it's ours.
We brought the settlements in by Gaza. You know, all the Gush Katif strip.
We gave Gaza back.
Well, we gave part of Israel. It's not that it's not Gaza. It's we do things for peace.
Patrick, you know what I say, and I say it because nobody decides what country they're born in. I didn't have any hand in where my parents met and where they decided to have me. So yeah, I have no pride in where the soil that I'm born on. I appreciate the entire planet. We're all born on this planet. Why are Israelis so young and good looking? Yeah, he does look like George Clooney, doesn't he? And the girl's gorgeous too. I've been to Israel, and let me tell you something. The people are beautiful, man. And a lot of these people came from America. They're saying that girl that's talking a lot, she came from the United States.
I think that the Jews came here.
Look at this guy. He kind of ruins the whole thing, huh?
They took this land, and this is our land now, and I don't think there should be here no Arabs. Like Arabs, they want, we gave them Gaza, they should go live there quietly if they want. They should go back to Iraq, I don't know, to wherever they want. But this is a place that God gave it to the Jews, and We don't want the Arabs to be here.
And before they accuse anyone of occupying, they should actually look back and look at history.
So you wouldn't call any of this occupied territory?
No, I think that whatever deals were made and wars were fought, they took the land, and that's the way things work. I mean, would you call America occupied by Americans because the British used to rule?
The people who kicked the Jews out of Israel were the Arabs. 1,400 years later, we come back. Now, I'm not saying that we can blame the people living here for what happened, but you gotta accept that that's some kind of divine justice, that their great-great-great-great-grandfathers kicked my great-great-great-grandfather out of here, and then we come back, and all of a sudden they're like, well, no, we don't want it, it's not fair. They took the land from us, not the Romans, not the Persians, and not the Byzantines. It was Arabs who took this land from Jews. And so, yeah, we came back and we took what was rightfully ours.
Besides the fact that before the Jews came to here in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it was like a barren land. Like, because the Jews came here, it started to, like, flourish or whatever and become actually, like, people start planting things and making settlements in all these places. If the Jews never came here, then it'd be in the same place it was, like, 200 years ago, or not where it is today. And so the Jews came here and they started making it better for also the Arabs, and they only started to be an issue because the Arabs started to make it more of an issue.
How many people think like you? What is the state of the left wing within Israeli society?
So the people who think like me are a negligible few. And I would argue that there is no left in Israel and never ever existed. What you have are those self-proclaimed leftists, liberal Zionists, who basically speak the language of peace and human rights and so on in order to sugarcoat their racism and supremacy. And they speak a very different language than the acting government, for example, because the acting government is clearly a right-wing government. They are shameless about their racist attitudes and so on. They say this is ours and only ours. Many of them are decent enough to say, yes, there was the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, and that's a good thing. The problem is that we haven't finished the job, that there are still Palestinians left in Palestine. With the other type of Zionists, with the so-called left in Israel, we cannot even agree about the basic facts. But for them, in order to feel that they are both Zionist and moral at the same time, they have to keep lying to themselves all the time, every moment of every day. So they have perfected this whole discourse of lies in order to lie to themselves and also in order to lie to the international community, in order to justify their existence here in that.
I think the occupation does have a big role and important. I don't think there should be no occupation at all, but in the occupation, things needs to be more human.
Yeah. In the occupation needs to be more humane. Look, let me tell you what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians, guys. They've cut off electricity. They've cut off clean water. They've cut off food. They've cut off medical supplies. The Israelis control everything that goes in and out of Gaza. And they have cut it all off. Okay? What this guy is saying, things need to be more humane. If you guys don't know what's going on over there, you need to check out Empire Files. You know, check out Lee Camp and check out Abby Martin.
Called a leftist a lot?
Yeah.
You get called a leftist a lot. Huh. A leftist. You know, because he gets called a leftist because he says, you know, they need to not be so aggressive in the occupation. He's still okay with an occupation. He's just hey man, we could still fucking have soldiers all over the place in Gaza, you know, ruling these people's lives and dictating where they can travel to and how they can live. But maybe not so harshly. And he's being criticized for that.
I am a leftist.
Is leftist a slur sometimes?
Yes, it is. It's not a good way to be called in Israel.
Israel doesn't want to compromise on security. They have to do a blockade. They have to kind of cut this off. It's ridiculous what people have to go through there, but it's also ridiculous what we have to do to keep ourselves safe.
We don't want to fight with them. But if they ask for it, they will get it, and we're much stronger, much stronger.
They love that kind of
We
talk.
are-
Israelis love this kind of rhetoric right here. You know, they get off on it. Hey, we didn't ask for it, but we're set up for it, and we're going to show you how badass we are. And I like to tell you how, and they brag, and he's going to sit here and fucking brag about how great a killers Israel is. And it's fucking pathetic. This is nationalism right here.
We are behave very gently and morally, very gently with them.
It could get a lot worse, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
if the Russians was here, 2 days, they will kill all of them. If the Americans will be here, they will kill them 2 days. They don't care about human rights. They don't care about nothing.
Israel's holding back.
Very, very.
Look at Abby.
It's war, and civilians get killed in war, and it's a horrible, on their side, less on our side, but at the same time, we put money into protecting ourselves.
Well, look, the refugees their situation is horrible, but no other nation in the world gets the refugee status that Palestinians do. The Palestinians, third generation people, are still considered refugees.
I had friends that were Canadian. They went on their passports. They wanted to see what the refugee camps were. They wanted to see what it was all about. They came back. They said it's nothing what I imagined it.
Better than they imagined? Or?
They said people were driving around with nice cars. People had nice houses, villas, things like that. They thought people were being oppressed, like living in tents. It's like they probably were, like maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, like in the past.
For them, in order for them to be Zionist and moral, in order for them to have a Jewish and democratic state, they needed, first of all and foremost, to create a Jewish majority by force, by driving away the indigenous people from their land. And this is how the state was founded. And immediately afterwards, they created a whole legal system that will make sure that those who have been expelled will never be allowed back, and those who remained on their land, because not everyone was expelled, will never be equal citizens. Unfortunately, what we hear on mainstream media, this so-called discourse or so-called debate between the right and the left is about that. It's about, do we want a large Israel, which is Arab-free, or do we want a small Israel, which is Arab-free? This is the debate that's taking place.
Last question. There's this whole international movement of leftists and activists who want to boycott Israel for human rights violations. Being here, seeing that, and what do you just think about that?
I think the BDS movement, the leaders of the BDS movement, or everyone that thinks that Israel is bad, if they should read up about the topic, the other side, and they should come here and see how everybody's comfortable.
People right now, they're looking at Israel and they're calling it an apartheid state. And
You're
Israel is not
welcome,
an
Joe.
apartheid state. There's places, my family from 5 generations ago, they were from Jenin. You can't find one Jew in Jenin right now. It's totally Jew-free. So if you want to think about a racist apartheid state, it seems it's more, in my opinion, coming from their side.
And just a response, I guess, to kind of this international movement, the BDS movement, and also the movement that says settlements are illegal, they're encroaching on Palestinian land. Can you respond to that accusation?
I think the response would be two-part. The first part would be very simple. Nobody gives Turkey problems for their settlements in Cyprus. It's an anti-Semitic thing. Maybe they don't know that they hate Jews, but they give us so much trouble. The UN only talks about Israel. What about North Korea? What about Russia? Then the second thing would be to say is that...
Even from the UN?
Completely from the UN. I mean, come on. You're talking about that we're worse than the North Korean dictatorship? Like, nobody in the world thinks that. So those people in the UN and all these peace activists, look, she's a woman. She's walking around however she wants here in Israel, right? There's female genital mutilation in Egypt, not very far from here. Why don't people talk about that?
I think that we should have not more rights. I think we have rights to build more houses for our citizens. And a lot of things that Israel gets criticism for.
I wanted to say, look, he's got a good point. Female genital mutilation is fucking barbaric and stupid. But the way you address something like that is by standing as an example, showing people that there's a better way by doing it, living it in your country, and having them see that and want to be more like you, not to bomb them or to sanction them out of their electrical, out of their water, out of their medical, out of their food supplies. It's barbaric. And then to control their travel, to go in and occupy their land, to bulldoze their homes, and then to put your own settlements on top of their land. You want to talk about female genital mutilation? Yeah, we could talk about that. It's got nothing to do with this.
Other countries will never get it.
אני רוצה להגיד פה לראש ממשלה פה בארץ, בישראל, אין מצב שיהיה פה שלום בארץ, אי אפשר לעשות איתם שלום.
There's no chance of peace. You can't have peace with them. They always hate us.
שונאים אותנו. אם אי אפשר לעשות
So if you can't have peace and if the situation can't carry on
שלום
like this,
והמצב ככה לא יכול להישאר, אז צריך
then we need to handle them in other ways. There's no other choice.
לטפל בהם בדרכים אחרות, אין מה לעשות.
It's irrelevant. The views of Israelis about the situation are totally irrelevant to the question of how do we change the situation. Did it matter what white people think about apartheid in South Africa at the time? The question is, how do we end apartheid and how do we end Israeli crimes? Every Israeli official will claim to speak on behalf of the Jewish people and will even demand of Palestinians to recognize Israel's right to be a Jewish state and so on. I don't recognize Israel's right to be a Jewish state because it is not Jewish by religion. It is only Jewish by supremacy. Israel is Jewish just like South Africa was white in the exact same context, with the exact same meaning. And obviously any decent person around the world should oppose that because it is inherently racist and more than that. And it also happens to be very much against international law. So when we talk about Israel as an apartheid state, even though it's not exactly like South Africa, it neatly falls under the legal definition of the crime of apartheid, which is a very serious crime, one of the few crimes that is regarded as a crime against humanity. Which means that all parties of the world are obligated to do something against it, not to be complicit in that. And what we're coming and saying is, no, there are basic fundamental Palestinian rights that must be respected. One of them is ending of occupation, of course, but that's not the main issue, that's part of the issue. The other two rights are equality inside Israel proper, or what we call Palestine 48, and the rights of refugees, which have been expelled from there since the very foundation of the State of Israel. These are fundamental rights, they must be respected. And now we can debate, we can argue about how do we implement these rights. I'm willing to discuss that. I'm not going to discuss, should we have equality or not. This is not negotiable.
Hope I don't get in trouble for running that on my YouTube channel. You guys check out their channel. This says "Tell us, sir," English. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I think that might be her channel, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure there. Huh. Oh, they're live right now. 5 people watching. I've got more people watching than Abby Martin. What? How's that even possible? This must not be Abby Martin's channel. 85 thumbs up. 8 people watching. Huh, that's weird. Let me turn that. I'm probably going to start dropping frames if I try to play this. I'll just close it. I'll just close it. Oh, it started playing right when I closed it. What was all that? It was Abby Martin in Israel. She was asking Israelis how they felt about Palestinians, and they were just making really racist, ignorant, hateful, hurtful comments that so people don't get the idea that Israelis are just all of these innocent angels over there that are being attacked. They laugh at the Palestinians. They think it's a joke. They think it's funny. Kick all the Arabs out and then they laugh. You know, and the Arabs have been there longer than the Jews. And the Jews' response is, well, we were here back in 100 AD or whatever the fuck their argument is. And the Palestinians are like, well, my great 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 grandfather and grandmother were here. You know, my great 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 grandmother and grandfather were here. My great great grandmother and grandfather were here. My great grandmother and grandfather were here. My grandmother and grandfather were here. My mother and father were here. And me and all of my siblings have been born on this land. When did you get here? 1940. Oh, not 1947? Oh, you got here what? 15 years ago? Oh, and you think you have more right to this land and you can bulldoze the homes that have been here for who knows how long? Eventually the land's going to be worthless anyway because of what's going on with the climate, and it won't matter. You'd think we could learn to get along before that happens, right? And maybe start working towards fixing it. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Love my triage oil. Love it. Did that explain everything, Josh? Fairly well to you? Jewish DNA's from Iran. Yeah, that's, I don't know if that's where my DNA is from. And I'm 97% European Jew. European doesn't sound like Iran to me. It sounds more European, if you ask me, personally. Actually, Russian, Yugoslavian, Czechoslovakian, and Polish. Polish. That's me. Shut up, yo. It's all European, though. That's what the DNA said, though, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about, Iran. I got 1% Iberian Peninsula. What? What? Psh. 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 Like Moses. That's what Moses did when he got to the Dead Sea. He walked up to it and he went, nobody's blocking my way anymore, pal. I'm not Ashkenazi. Am I? Yeah, I'm Ashkenazi. But I would say that Polish, Russian, Czech, and Yugoslavia makes me European, bro. I don't ancestry. That's what I'm saying. I mean, are you denying my European ancestry, bro? Is that what you're trying to do? I literally had a DNA test. It's pretty European. I would say that Polish, Russian, Czech, and Yugoslavian would all entail European, yes? Should I check that? Should I check that? In the Google? Should I Google it up, son? Do I need to Google it up for you, bro? Haplo group change. 100 generations. What? Nobody's talking 100 generations, pal. Unreal. Nobody's even doing that. Nobody's even doing that, pal. 100 generations, pal. Nobody's even doing it anymore, pal. What are you doing? Nobody's even doing it. I've been live for a very long time. I try not to do that too often. I try not to go live for too long, you know? It's unhealthy. Unless I was sitting here doing my exercises and ripping my stomach. Which I'm not. You're 100% American. Sure you are, pal. So am I. You're 100% never got a DNA test. Yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing, but I'm high and I don't need any more dabs. You people. I'm high, you people. You people. Hey, Bitcoin finally just went up. There's a butterfly trying to get in my window. Bitcoin just went up to 35.8, everybody. Matic is at $1, almost at $1.90. Cardano's at $1.60. Ethereum's at 2,400, guys. Doge is at 30 cents still. But Polygon Matic is at $1.89. What did I tell you to get that at? $1.61? What? Who got... Did anybody buy Matic when I told you to get it at $1.61? It's at $1.90 now. Dude, my Matic is... My position on Matic is almost 200% right now. My position on Matic is almost 200%. And that's after I bought in more. What? I remember I bought back in. I bought in at like 60 something. I can't remember. I can check. Let me check. Hey now, fucking Windows bullshit. Move the mouse across the screen. Next thing you know, the whole screen goes black. You know why? Because I'm an engineer. I'm gonna make things better. Yeah, let's make it so when you move the mouse across the screen, it makes the whole screen go black. I was getting it at $1.96, $1.94, I bought it at, but I sold it. I sold it at 211. And then I bought back in at $1.94 and $1.94 mostly. And a little bit at $1.96. Isn't that hilarious? So I bought back in at $1.94. And now it's at $1.89. And I'm at almost 200% on my position on that. Imagine when it goes up to $2 what my position's going to be. I have no idea. I don't know how math works. I don't do it. I don't do math. But I'm smoking cannabis and I'm high as fuck. What? What? Oh, dude, I'm watching my portfolio go up. Who else is watching their portfolios go up right now? I should make a trendy coin. I know we want to call them Beezles. We want to make a Beezle coin. We want to make a goddamn Beezle coin. Put the Beezle on the goddamn coin. On the front it's going to say, why you Beezling? And on the back it's going to say, because Beezles be Beezling. Beezle's got a Beezle. I don't know which one it was. Beezle's got a Beezle. Beezles be Beezling. Why you Beezling? The front's definitely going to say, why you Beezling? Bitcoin's at 35,845 right now, according to CoinMarketCap. Pretty cool how I know that, isn't it? You guys, I got like this whole fucking mission control setup in here now, man. This is my new office. It's pretty bad as fuck. Do what now? Do what now? It's pretty bad as fuck. Do what now? Dude! What are you guys doing? What are you all doing? I'm high. I got high. I'm doing high. I'm smoking high. What? Nobody likes the setup anymore, Jackie McClellan Gunnels. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that. You should see what I'm looking at. It's pretty cool, man. My whole little setup here. I got to clean some more. I got to clean. I got to hang artwork. I got to do some things. I got some stuff. I got things. I like to talk about my stuff. But I got to clean it all, do it all, make it look fucking perfect in here. This table's bad as fuck, bro. It's been sitting here just not being used. And I like it. Now I could turn my living room into more of a living room, you know, for like watching movies. Because there's a lot of things up on the desk that block the TV set. Well, those things are all down now. I don't need them anymore. Microphones. I bring my microphones in here, bruh, and I use my microphones, bruh, and do music in here, bruh. Get my good microphone in here, bro. But I got to bring in the compressor and all that equipment. That'll be fun. Another project. Got a project. Make the move. Should I make the move? Or should I just buy another goddamn set of microphones, a compressor, and a fucking I/O for in here? Leave that in there. Have two setups. I might just do that. These speakers have been going bad for years. They make a weird noise that sounds like Predator every once in a while. You guys probably hear it. I don't like to talk about my Predator, but I tried to buy new speakers like these. It's virtually impossible. You know, I ordered some. They're like, yeah, they're on hold, blah blah blah. They're on back order, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, your speakers aren't coming in. Here's your money back. I was like, start sucking it. Hey, do you guys see whatever. You guys don't care what I'm saying. Do you guys see fucking Copper Cabs going live again? You guys, I'm gonna show you fucking Copper Cab so you guys can see what I watch. This is fucking psychotic. There's that noise again. Did you hear it? It's fucking Predator, bro. It's Predator, bro. Do I bump the table? No. It's Predator, bro. This was streamed. This was streamed fucking 23 hours ago. I'm already laughing. I haven't even started playing it yet.
Put your hands together for Mr. Cooper! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! No, that's okay. Oh, no. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is such a kind and warm welcome. I appreciate that. That is very sweet of you. You don't have to applaud me. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Josie. Thank you, Miss Kelly in the chat. Thank you. Now, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm excited to talk to all of you tonight. So one of the big things that I'm excited about is that so far this week, you have not messed up your you have not messed up your chances of getting a party, a pizza party, if you will. Drop a 111 in the live chat if you want a pizza party tomorrow. Drop a 111. But before you drop a 111, just so you know, tomorrow night, if you are good tonight and you don't interrupt me, if these boards stay
Right on,
clean,
Jay.
you will not get a pizza party. No, you won't. No, you won't. Instead, tomorrow night will be. Are you prepared? Are you ready for this?
A taco party.
Are you? Because I'm gonna do something a little different.
I'm a feminist. You said that women are treated unfairly.
Tomorrow night will be, if you are good for me, it will be a pizza party. It'll be a taco night.
I'm a feminist. You said that women are treated unfairly.
Tomorrow night.
On you, as I say. Shut your fucking mouth, you fat bastard. How's about I fly to America and stuff me Mars bottom with marbles? Have you gargled mayonnaise yet? You will. When I ram my cock in your
Excuse me, I'm talking right now. Can you shut up, please? I'm trying to celebrate something right now. If you are all good for me tonight, tomorrow we will have a taco night. That means a little fiesta, a little siesta, okay? Do you like tacos? Drop a taco emoji in the live chat if you would like. little taco night, okay? Tomorrow night, I
Cheers.
will decorate the room in taco
Happy
decorations.
420.
We will have some fun fiesta decorations. I will dress up as a taco eater. It'll be so much fun. I am so excited. By the way, I did in fact go to the party store with my sissy and I bought a costume just in case you're good. But if you don't, if you fuck up tonight, you will not get the taco night.
I'm a feminist.
You will not see me in the new costume. I got a costume for Aubrey as well, by the way. So if you want to see Aubrey in a costume with me, we have matching costumes tomorrow. We already have the decorations.
I'm a feminist.
I assume you will be good. Excuse me. Shut up. You are going to ruin your chance to see me and Aubrey in our taco costumes. I have a lot of fun planned for tomorrow night's class.
His voice is hilarious.
Okay? I have a lot of fun planned for tomorrow. A custom intro, okay, custom room. I'm going to decorate the room. We'll have balloons, taco-shaped balloons, burritos everywhere. It'll be so much fun. I might even dress up the dummy behind me, little Gavina back here. I might put a little sombrero on her, okay? Maybe a little mustache. Something fun, something to celebrate the occasion. But if one of these boards gets filled up with names of unruly students, you will lose that opportunity to have a taco party. We had the first ever, I had the first ever.
You guys check out that live stream. Copper Cab. My God. He's so fucking funny. So fucking funny. He's on South Park and shit, man. They made fun of him on South Park. Let's see what his first upload was. Sort by oldest. Yeah, Gingers Have Souls was his first upload, man. This thing has 46 million views.
Yeah. I just wanted to say.
Yeah. Just want to say the Gingers Have Souls.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that it really irritates me that South Park would say that red-haired people don't have souls, okay? Because we do. We do have souls, alright? And lately I've been being called a ginger. A fat ginger. By everybody at school. And it really hurts my feelings. I act like it doesn't, but it does really bad. Gingers have souls! I go to church. I'm a Christian.
Boo.
You don't know me. You're not God. You're not God. You don't know who has a soul and who doesn't. Alright? I'm a Christian. So if you think I don't have a soul, you tell me. Otherwise, fuck you. Bitches, for real. I'm getting sick and tired of everyone making fun of red-haired people. He's a ginger. He's a ginger. Really, that's funny. Yeah. Okay. I'm being called a ginger every single day at school. Every day of my life. And I've contemplated suicide, all sorts of things. It pisses me off. Ginger people do have souls, alright? I'm red hair. I have red hair. I got red hair. And I'm proud of it. Alright? I consider ginger a very slanderous word. demeaning word. And I'm tired of it. Tired of it. You know, everybody else gets respect. I mean, black people, white people, Mexicans, everyone. Gingers, why do gingers have to be put down so much? Like, really, what's so different about us besides our hair color? Huh? Really? What is so freaking different? Tell me! God! Because I don't really see much of a difference, okay? I'm redheaded, and I'm proud of it. Alright? Everyone else, I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult you. But, you know, I mean, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of myself, you know? I'm proud I got freckles, you know? It's who I am. God made me that way. And I have a soul. So, yeah. Don't freaking be like that, okay? I have a soul. Ginger, I'm proud of it.
So, that's Copper Cab. That's his first upload. Check him out on YouTube. He's hilarious when he's live. I was almost one, you know. Ginger, I'm proud of it. South Park did a whole thing on that. It was great. But yeah, his live is off the chain, man. He screams at his audience. His audience is fucking horrible, dude. His audience trolls the shit out of him, man. I mean, so bad. Trigger Central. So funny. You'll laugh and laugh and laugh. And he has a good time doing it. So, go check him out, man. Copper Cab on YouTube, man, is his channel, Copper Cab. Sign up for notifications so you catch his live stream. And go say stuff in his chat. I guess he's on Twitch. He's got links to his you know, whatever that company is that does the fucking chat. It's not StreamYard, it's called something else. It's not Restream. But it's one of the other ones that does all those silly things. And he has it programmed, you know, so it'll read the chats out loud in that voice. And he'll let that get him so angry. It costs $10, and every time somebody fucking puts one of those chats up, it's $10 that he makes. He's making really good money off of it, and he sits there and he screams at the people for doing it. He's like, fuck you for doing that while I'm talking. I'm talking right now. How dare you? Fuck you. And he just goes off and off. It's, I don't know. You guys enjoy. I'll see you later tonight. All right? Take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed this show. We'll do another one later, okay? Bye, guys.